No matter the challenges we face, we always have the ability to dream, and every day is a new opportunity. So dream another day. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. This is Dream Another Day Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for whoever needs to hear it. So please keep in mind it is a general collective reading. It's not based on astrology sign, but of course anybody and everybody can relate to this message. So just take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. All my other disclaimers are down in the description box. The other main thing that I like to say is that gender is fluid in tarot. So just place yourself where you fit, and I'll use gender neutral language as much as possible in order to make these readings more inclusive, okay? So let's go ahead and keep going into this reading, y'all. Thanks so much for being here. I'm gonna say my affirmations real quick and then we'll get started. Thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We're deeply grateful, and we know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide the collective spirit for the highest good, and please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this reading, y'all. I definitely am feeling like this is going to be about kind of like finances, the tie between like your emotional, psychological health and your finances, and vice versa, how those impact one another. And then of course, I'm sure love will come through as well, because we just can't seem to get away from it. Okay, so this could be an anything and everything reading, y'all. If you're interested in a more personal reading, I am doing personal readings. It's all for sliding scale donation. So you can reach out to me on my tarot Instagram. If you check out the description box, all of that is down there. If you check out my link tree, you can find my other socials, my TikTok account, and everything like that. That's also how you'll make a payment or a donation. Everything's sliding scale donation based. We're gonna go and switch decks here actually, even though I'm starting out shuffling this deck. Let's swap decks and let's go ahead and get into this reading. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's do this. If you're interested in any of my other projects also, feel free to check out the description box for my main link tree, where you'll find all the things that I do, okay? So I feel like I just hopped over here from TikTok. That's usually how I get started. I do a couple TikTok readings, and then I come over here to YouTube. The energy definitely transfers a lot of times, and it gives me an opportunity to get more in depth with the message. But then again, it can always be just kind of anything and everything. You never know. So let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you, Spirit. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know today? These readings get deep, y'all, by the way. I also tend to curse a little bit. So, not curse, but use curse words. So, just a disclaimer. So, we've got the Hermit coming out in reverse. So, for some of y'all, you have definitely been in a place of, you've been reclusive, okay? Focusing on yourself, going within, looking for that light within. And Spirit is telling you that it may be very well time to come on out into the open and share that light with others, okay? It's up to you. 10 of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this is about releasing the pain of the past, okay? That's what's been coming up. And letting go of any painful endings that may have created a sense of instability in your life, okay? Wow, right as I say that. It's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, give me 1 second. So we've got the Five of Swords coming out. The Five of Swords is, for me, the way I interpret it, and in connection to the message I was just saying, this is about kind of like petty behavior, okay? Backstabbing behavior, talking shit, or, creating some turmoil in the background for you. This is the type of behavior that, really, I almost just said a couple things, but I'm just going to hold back a little bit here. But this is the kind of thing that causes people major roadblocks in their life. Okay, this is the type of petty behavior that creates unnecessary, trouble and strife, right? So this is somebody who's, this is saboteur type energy, okay? Sabotaging people in the background, right? A lot of people, when they do that sort of thing, they don't think that it'll ever see the light of day. They are sorely mistaken. Just, in case, you maybe have been doing some petty things, just keep in mind that that sort of thing always comes to light, all right? So you may have to face the music on that one, or somebody who has done that to you will have to face the music, because we have the King of Wands coming out in reverse here. So this is about a loss of power, okay? This is also about a loss of passion. The King of Wands in reverse is talking about, a lack of confidence. Somebody's confidence has been shaken here, perhaps because of these sneaky things that have happened in the background. Okay, this is about a loss of power and passion. And this can certainly happen when people sabotage us, and that's part of the intent, right? So the intent is to throw someone off their game. The intent is to create strife and trouble for somebody, no matter what the consequence, you know what I mean? Whether that results in some really awful outcomes, right? Because that's the Five of Swords energy, is someone who doesn't think about, the consequences of their actions, or they do, and that's exactly their intent, right? Like I said, it always comes to light, honey. So don't think that what you do in the darkness doesn't come to light. We even have the Hermit in reverse. Okay, things that are done in the darkness coming to light. This is also about the depth of the growth that you have had, and the deepness of what it is that you are discovering about yourself and about life. You are now coming out and sharing that. And I'm just telling you right now, if anyone doubted you, or anyone didn't understand you, or there was some type of misunderstanding about who you are, I'm telling you right now that as you come out into the light, people are going to see you for who you are. You know what I mean? Shortcomings and all, because it's all about transparency, okay? And I feel like Spirit is actually encouraging you to be transparent, encouraging you to share, yourself with the world, okay? So we also have the Two of Swords coming out in reverse. The Two of Swords is all about hesitance, okay? And in the TikTok reading I just did before I hopped over here, the Two of Swords also came out, and it was talking about having a challenging time letting go of the past so that you can move forward into the future. The Two of Swords is a very self-protective energy, but it's also somewhat of a paranoid energy, because you can't see the way forward, so you hold yourself back from moving forward at all, because well, what if it's bad? And so you have this fear, right? So that's very normal, especially when you have been backstabbed, betrayed, etc., right? It's very easy for that to happen. You guys, I cannot make this up. We've got the Star card coming out off the top of the deck, and that's crazy, because you guys should really go watch those TikTok readings, or I hope that my TikTok folks came over and are going to see this, because this is going to be a deeper dive for sure into a very similar message. The Star card is all about connecting with the higher power, connecting with the divine, connecting with your higher self, your purpose, your divinity. This is about healing so that you can reconnect with that energy, and you can connect more deeply with yourself and with Spirit. And I feel like that's exactly the journey you're on right now. You're on a healing journey, okay? This is beautiful. This is beautiful energy. Again, that Ten of Swords in reverse wanting to come out, that's talking about letting go of the past and those painful innings. I just saw the Four of Pentacles in reverse as I split the deck. You guys, I can't even with the crossover here. We're in a completely different deck, and that's just crazy, because the Four of Pentacles also came out in the other reading, and it's talking about letting go. Look at that in the Nine of Cups, okay? That's talking about emotional satisfaction and happiness, joy, I feel like these things are connected. I feel like these things are really connected. This sense of, healing, opening up, forgiving the past, letting go of the past, and then that being directly tied. You guys, this is crazy. No, this is like the fourth card to come out that was in the other deck, in the other reading. Five of Wands in reverse, letting go of that internal conflict. Because inside, okay, I feel like I need to look at this card too. That Ten of Swords in reverse really wants to come out. So it's a big, really important message. And look at that, the Chariot. So, okay, this is crazy, guys. This is actually crazy, because sometimes in life, things seem like almost too simple to be true, or too good to be true, or how could it be that easy? I'm not saying this is easy, but I'm just saying that this is the message, and I'm kind of stoked on this message, because fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about, okay? So letting go of the past, healing from the past, letting go of these internal conflicts that prevent you from moving forward, the fear, the uncertainty, the fear of, the fear of sabotage, the fear of failure, or the fear of, betrayal, all that sort of thing. This is totally talking about internal conflict. This is the 5 of Wands. It's coming out in reverse. Spirit is saying that as you let go, right? And as you open up and you release the fear and you move forward, that is actually going to be what heals you, letting go of the past, the pain, the conflict, the anger, etc., etc. That is going to be what actually heals you and helps you move forward way more than any amount of money ever could. And I think that might be something that you guys are having a challenging time recognizing and realizing, that you are on the path, and that the decisions you're making and the way that you're trying to move forward with your life is actually what you are supposed to be doing. And I feel like that there's going to be some type of reward here for that hard work. Look at that, the Tower. This is probably what it feels like right now, okay? And oftentimes in a healing journey, when we're going through major changes, this is how it can feel, where you're like, wow, everything's falling apart. Nothing makes sense. I can't see the way forward. I tried my best and everything's falling apart, blah, blah, blah. And I say blah, 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 because I just feel like you don't even realize, look at that, the 2 of Cups. You just don't even realize what is coming towards you. Look at that, the 9 of Pentacles. Yes, babe, this is about self-sufficiency, about joy, happiness, love, okay? Connection with others. Again, we've got the Magician in reverse wanting to show itself as I'm shuffling. And like, one moment. I think you don't realize how powerful you actually are, and you've probably heard that before, but that's for a reason. Because I think that you actually don't realize how much you can manifest positively in your life, and I don't think that you realize how many challenges you can manifest for yourself too. So like, this healing journey should be your top priority. I know. Because you're like, well, how am I going to pay the bills? Yeah, that it's going to be fine. Because the Chariot is telling me that the more in balance you become, the more you focus on your healing, the more you focus on moving forward, letting go of the past, you know, the fear, you know, the hesitance, the self-doubt, whatever it is, it's going to be different for everybody. All of the above, or maybe just a couple or something totally different. Okay. Is that it's going to help you move forward. That is going to be your way forward. Yeah, you may have a resistance, I'm getting. Whew. Because of the past and the way other people have treated you, you have a resistance to something. You either are having trust issues, you're having a resistance to trusting somebody or something. You have a resistance to re-engaging with something, because you don't trust now the source of it. And because you have been treated poorly, like you've had these painful endings and this sabotage and all this sort of thing, you're just like, I'm going to avoid any situation that comes anywhere near being somewhat like that past situation, right? Where someone else is in charge, or, you know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. It's different for everybody. Look at that, the 10 of Pentacles, and it was wanting to come out in the reverse. I feel like this is coming out because it's really talking about your future, okay? And wanting to plan for your future, and almost just look at, so what's so funny is you have this man and the dog, right? And regardless of gender, you have this person and this dog. And it's almost like this idea of, you know what, I can build this up by myself. And you know what, all I need is my loyal companion, and I don't really need a partner and a family and all that sort of thing, which typically the 10 of Pentacles does depict all of that, the multi-generational love and wealth and all that sort of thing. But it's coming out, and it wanted to come out in the reverse, kind of. So it's kind of like telling me that maybe because you feel like you don't have this, you know, or this foundation, or you feel like maybe you're having to build it by yourself, you're just like, maybe I'd be better off with a dog, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty negative thinking, but look at that, 8 of Wands in reverse. You're holding back from taking action towards something. You're holding back from communicating something, because I just think that you're afraid. And again, it's totally reasonable. Look at this, 6 of Swords in reverse and the Tower. You're having a hard time moving on from the past, I feel like. And it's kind of creating a little bit of this Tower moment. But look at that, Devil in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So it's like you are trying your best to let go of this toxicity, you know, and try to move forward in life in like a positive way. But there's just these hangups. This is what trauma does, y'all. Like, this is trauma. At least that's the energy that's coming through, you know what I mean, that you're trying to heal from, is like trust. It's a trust thing, you know. But I feel like the more you focus on healing that, the better your life is going to get. And I feel like it's going to bring in that positive thing. Ooh, this is a good card. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. So if you trust yourself, okay, and what it is that you want, desire, are propagating in your life, if you trust yourself and you follow that, I feel like that the good things that you're focusing on will grow, right? Like your money, your love life, you know, your friendships, your home life, your happiness, etc., your healing, your health and wellness. I mean, the list goes on and on of the things that we got to focus on as humans to keep our shit together. It's a big responsibility. And they don't teach you a lot of it in school either, so you got to kind of figure it out as you go. It's not the easiest thing to be human, right? Especially these days. The expectations are, monumental. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going, guys. See if we've got any other oracle cards that want to come out. If you're not following me and you dig the vibe, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button and hit that bell also. That's how you'll be notified when I go live. And I do go live like really randomly, so there's no schedule, y'all. So if you're interested, definitely subscribe and definitely check out my link tree too. That's where you'll find everything. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. I do have a card here. And it's so, guys, I'm just saying that if you can relate to this reading, like drop it in the comments. So, okay. Wow. Look at that. 2 for 2. I'm telling you, hold on a second. So I recognize that I've chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. Okay. So catch yourself, right? This is about catching yourself when you recognize that you're choosing fear. And you're going, okay, I'm choosing fear. I need to choose love. You know what I mean? How can I do that in a way where I'm still protecting myself, but I'm also opening myself up to possibilities and I'm staying positive and I'm trying to, you know what I mean, live my life with love, right? So recognize when you're doing that and try and reel it in, change course, okay? Get back into balance, get back into a place of, you know, where you're focusing on what is going to bring you the most growth and the most healing, okay? Now, we also have another card. It says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing and conflict into growth and fear into love, okay? So, I mean, I don't think that's a coincidence at all, considering the fact that I, you know, said that I feel like this is based on trauma. And I think it's based on a trauma that has created a lot of trust issues for you. So I think the biggest message here is to try and learn how to let go of that. Look at that, 3 of Swords in reverse. I also saw the 5 of Cups in reverse. So that is 100% letting go of the past, letting go of past disappointments, heartache, pain, you know. And look at the possibilities that are available to you now. This is the 7 of Cups. Look at the possibilities that are available to you now and try and see them through the eyes of love. Try and see them through a more open-hearted type of perspective. And I think that's really going to propel your life forward a lot more, because you may just be hesitant in connecting with people or with new situations or opportunities because you just don't want it to go poorly. So just look at where you may be holding yourself back, okay? Spirit wants me to pull some love oracle cards. Let's do it. Yeah, wow. I don't know, y'all. It's just, it's like a hard lesson to learn, or it's almost like this is a really challenging part of your healing journey where you're just like, ugh, this is where I start to open back up again, or this is where I start to trust again. And that's when you're starting to feel the resistance. You're meeting this healing journey head on. And I feel like that this stage in the game, this is kind of a stage in the journey where that you kind of put like rubber, where rubber meets the road. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, where, you know, you've been learning and growing and doing these inner practices. And for some of you, maybe that even needs to be like a starting point. But for those of you who are in this place now where you're starting to now encounter people or situations that are triggering to you, okay? Or you're in scenarios that are triggering, this is where rubber meets the road sort of thing. So now I feel like you're having this opportunity to really put these things into practice, and it's a lot harder than when, it's like easier said than done, right? So it was easier when you were just saying it, but now it's really challenging to actually do it. And I think that this is a moment where that you can really call upon those inner reserves for strength, and also call upon spirit for strength, and also try and have a little faith in the people around you. There may actually be people who can help you or want to help you, and you may be hesitant because you have these trust issues. So I feel like this is an opportunity for you to flex those muscles and open up and be a little bit more transparent and vulnerable, and share with people what you got going on, or share with people where you're struggling. And perhaps, maybe there will actually be people who can help you and want to help you and aren't going to try and sabotage you. You know what I mean? So try and open up and have a little faith. But I understand that can be challenging. So, that's the whole point of tarot, I feel like, is to give you a little bit of guidance, or, try and show you a little bit of love along the way in this journey, because it's not easy. And it's definitely not easy alone. A lot of times I feel like I'm having a one-way conversation, guys. So if you like the info, you like the vibe, just hit subscribe, baby. Click those buttons, okay? So we're going to do this together. This is like a little bit of an exercise, this card. So close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. Say it with me. I deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Do you think that's a coincidence? I'm telling you, the cards don't lie. Spirit's trying to tell you that this challenging moment for you is to try and, it's kind of like, dancing in the rain or whatever. Cheesy, but that's kind of the vibe. The vibe is to learn how to roll with the punches. And if you're in a challenging situation, make being okay in here your primary focus. And I feel like everything else around you is going to shuffle into place, and it's all going to work out. So try and keep that positive mindset. All right, y'all, I know it's tough out here, so I'm definitely not invalidating anything you're feeling. This is just a gentle reminder, okay, and an encouraging word, right, from Spirit. So anyway, I hope you like the message, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button, dropping me a comment, subscribing if you're not subscribed, and hitting that notification bell. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye.